They mocked the 73-year-old Uber driver. "Too slow, Grandpa. Can't you drive faster?" One-star reviews every single night. But when one of them had a heart attack, the old man's hands gripped the wheel like a fighter pilot's because he was 11 minutes to the hospital, 120 miles per hour through city traffic, 0 accidents. Captain Michael Hawkins, Top Gun instructor, 4,200 flight hours. The man they laughed at, he saved their lives. This is his story. Part 1. The Invisible Driver. October 2023, downtown Seattle. Every evening at 7 p.m., Michael Hawkins logged into the Uber app. 73 years old, silver white hair, cut military short, weathered face lined with decades of sun and wind, navy blue polo shirt, khaki pants, and a Toyota Camry that had seen better days. His rating, 3.2 stars. The reviews were brutal. "Too slow. Drives like my grandma." 1 star. Asked him to hurry. He refused. "Rude old man." 1 star. "Why is this guy still driving? He's like 100 years old." 1 star. Michael read them every night and said nothing. He just kept driving because driving was all he had left. 2 years ago, his wife, Catherine, had passed away. Alzheimer's, 12 years watching her fade, until one day she didn't remember his name, and then she was gone. The house was too quiet, the days too long. So Michael started driving for Uber, to stay connected, he told himself, to living people. But the passengers, they didn't see a person. They saw an old man, slow, annoying, worthless. "Can you turn up the heat? Can you change the music? Can you drive faster?" Michael always smiled. "Yes, ma'am. Of course, sir. Have a good evening." And they never said thank you. But his hands, when Michael gripped the steering wheel, his hands were different. Thumbs positioned at exactly 10 and 2, fingers curved with precision, wrists straight, posture perfectly upright, fighter pilot position, muscle memory from 37 years. But nobody noticed. Part 2. The night everything changed. October 14th, 2023, 11:47 p.m. Michael's phone pinged. Pickup, downtown Seattle, Pike Street, drop-off, University District, 3 passengers. He pulled up to a sports bar. 3 young men stumbled out, early 20s, loud, laughing, drunk. "Yo, Uber's here." They piled into the back seat. "What's up, Gramps?" Michael smiled politely. "Good evening, gentlemen. Seatbelts, please." "Seatbelts," one laughed. "Dude, we're fine. Just drive." Michael waited. "Seatbelts, please." "Oh my God, this guy's like my dad." "Fine, fine." Click, click, click. Michael pulled into traffic. "Dude, can you go faster?" Michael checked his mirrors. Speed limit, 35. His speedometer, 32. "I'm going the speed limit, sir." "The speed limit is for old people. Speed up." "I'm sorry, I can't do that." "Oh my God, we got the world's slowest Uber driver." Laughter. Michael said nothing, just kept driving. Then, from the back seat, a sound, gasping. "Jake? Yo, Jake? Dude, what's wrong?" Michael's eyes flicked to the rearview mirror. The boy in the middle, Jake, clutching his chest, face pale, lips turning blue. I can't breathe. Cardiac arrest." Michael knew immediately. "Is he choking?" One boy screamed. Jake, breathe. Call 911. Michael's voice cut through the panic. Calm, steady, commanding. "How old is he?" "What? He's 19. Do something. Does he have a heart condition?" I don't know. Maybe? His dad had a heart attack last year." "Heart attack," Michael repeated. He glanced at the mirror again. Jake, unconscious, skin gray, breathing shallow, ventricular fibrillation, maybe 11 minutes before irreversible damage. Michael's foot moved from the brake to the accelerator. "Hold on," he said quietly. What are you doing?" "I'm taking us to Harborview Medical Center. Cardiac unit, 8 miles, 11 minutes, 11 minutes. Call an ambulance." "Already calling," Michael said. He pressed the emergency button on his phone. Speaker on. 911, "What's your emergency?" 19-year-old male, cardiac arrest, unconscious. "I'm transporting to Harborview. ETA 11 minutes. Have a team ready." "Sir, do not move the patient." "Wait for Michael." Hung up. "Sir, what is your name?" one boy shouted. Michael's eyes locked on the road. His hands tightened on the wheel. And for the first time in 2 years, he felt alive. "My name," he said quietly, "is Hawk." Part 3. The drive, 11:52 p.m., 11 minutes to Harborview. Michael's foot pressed down. The Camry surged forward. 40 miles per hour, 50, 60. Dude, slow down. Michael didn't answer. His eyes scanned. Traffic ahead. 4 cars. Red light. 600 feet. Gap. Narrowing. He calculated. Speed. Distance. Time. 2.4 seconds, he muttered. 70 miles per hour. He drifted right, between 2 lanes. Inches from both cars, threading the needle. Holy sh! Michael shot through. The light turned red. Behind him, he was through. How did you do that? One boy gasped. Michael didn't answer, his heart pounding, not from fear, from adrenaline. The same adrenaline he'd felt, flying an F-16 at Mach 1.5, 30,000 feet, enemy radar, locking on, missiles incoming, and his hands never shook. 11:54 p.m., 9 minutes remaining, 80 miles per hour, downtown Seattle, traffic thicker now. Michael's eyes flicked, left mirror, right mirror, rear view, calculating, constantly, gap ahead, 3-car width, closure rate, 40 feet per second. His voice, calm, like he was talking to a co-pilot. Initiating, lane change, he twisted, the wheel, hard left, the Camry, drifted, tires, squealing, boys, screaming. Michael, perfectly controlled. Jesus Christ, the car slid between a semi-truck and a minivan, 6 inches clearance on each side. Michael straightened, clear, he muttered. Who are you? One boy shouted. Michael's jaw tightened. Someone who used to fly. 11:58 p.m., 5 minutes remaining. Red and blue lights. Behind him, police. Oh no, dude, you're getting arrested. Michael didn't slow down. He reached for his visor, pulled out a card, held it to the rearview mirror. Military ID. Captain Michael Hawkins, U.S. Air Force, retired. The police car saw it and backed off. Sirens became an escort. They're helping us? One boy whispered. Michael nodded. Once a pilot, always a pilot. 12N says 12N. Traffic. Stopped. Accident. Complete gridlock. No, the boy doing CPR screamed. We're stuck. Michael stared. Shoulder. Narrow. Barely wide enough. Not stuck, Michael said. He cranked the wheel. Hard right. 110 miles per hour. On the shoulder. Cars inches away. Boys screaming. Michael's eyes locked forward, calculating every single obstacle. Closure rate, nominal. Banking, 3 degrees. His voice, mechanical, like he was flying, not driving, flying. A cone. In the shoulder, Michael twitched the wheel. Millimeters. The car missed it by half an inch. Impossible, one boy sobbed. Michael smiled, just barely. Not for a pilot. 12N says 12. 1 minute remaining. Hospital ahead. Emergency entrance. Michael slammed the brakes. Perfect. The Camry stopped. Exactly at the ER doors. Tires, smoking. Engine, hissing. Michael exhaled. Wheels, down. Part 4, the reveal. Doctors rushed out. Gurney, male 19, cardiac arrest. They pulled Jake from the car. The boy who'd done CPR collapsed, sobbing. Is he? The doctor checked Jake's pulse. He's got a rhythm. Weak, but there. You got him here, just in time. They rushed it. Who are you? Michael looked at them, and for the first time, they saw him. Really saw him. Not an old man, a warrior. A police officer walked over. Sir, I clocked you at 120 miles per hour. Michael nodded. Yes, officer, I should arrest you. I understand. The officer looked at the hospital doors, where Jake had just disappeared. Then, back at Michael. But I won't, because, he paused. What you just did. I've been a cop for 20 years. I've never seen driving like that. He extended his hand. Thank you, sir. Michael shook it, just doing what needed to be done. The officer noticed something. Michael's wrist, as his sleeve pulled back. A tattoo. Hawk, fighter jet silhouette, 1985-2022. The officer's eyes widened. Your Air Force. Michael nodded. 37 years. Retired. What did you fly? Michael smiled. F-16s, A-10s, some classified. The officer saluted. Sir, it's an honor. The 2 boys stared. You're a pilot? Michael turned to them. I'm just an Uber driver now. Dude, you just drove like I was flying. Michael finished. Because in my head, I was. I-5 was my runway. Traffic was enemy radar. And your friend? He was my mission. One boy broke down. We were so mean to you. We called you. We said, I know, Michael said gently. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Michael placed a hand on the boy's shoulder. You don't need to apologize. You just need to remember. Every person you meet, they have a story. And you never know when you'll need them. Part 5, the aftermath. 3 days later, Jake survived. Full recovery. The hospital reviewed the case. 11 minutes. If you'd arrived even 2 minutes later, he'd be dead or brain damaged. Michael visited. Jake was awake. You're the Uber driver. I am. Jake started crying. You saved my life. I did what anyone would do. No. Anyone else would have waited for the ambulance, and I'd be dead. He grabbed Michael's hand. You're my hero. The boys uploaded the dashcam footage. 73-year-old Uber driver's insane precision driving to save teen. It went viral. 10 million views, 20 million, 50 million. Comments flooded in. Who is this man? This is the most incredible driving I've ever seen. How is this even possible? The Air Force saw it, and they reached out. 3 officers in full dress uniform showed up at Michael's door. Captain Hawkins, Hawk, we've been looking for you. Michael stared. Why? Because, sir, you're a legend, and we want you to come home. Part 6, The Legacy. Michael didn't go back to active duty, but he started something else. Precision Under Pressure, veteran driving program, free for veterans, struggling with PTSD, unemployment, isolation, driving. Michael explained, teaches you control, focus, purpose. 50 veterans joined. Uber partnered with him, added a feature, veteran driver. Profile showed their service. Suddenly, passengers saw them. Thank you for your service. Tell me about your time in the military. Respect. Jake became an EMT. Captain Hawk showed me what service means. Now it's my turn. The 2 boys, volunteers at veteran centers. We learned the hard way, never judge. At veteran centers, we learned the hard way, never judge. At Michael, he still drives for Uber 3 nights a week, but now his rating is 5 stars. Every review, the same. Best driver ever. Amazing story. Thank you for your service. Epilogue. 1 year later, the Air Force created an award, the Hawkins Medal, for veterans who continue serving after retirement. Michael received the first one, standing ovation, but he gave a speech, short, simple, powerful. I flew for 37 years. I fought wars. I saved lives. But the most important mission I ever flew was in a Toyota Camry at 120 miles per hour to save a 19-year-old boy, because that's what service means. It's not about the uniform. It's not about the medals. It's about showing up when someone needs you, even if they've mocked you, disrespected you, ignored you. You show up. That is what it means to serve. And every night, before he logs into Uber, Michael looks at a photo. Catherine, his wife. I'm still here, sweetheart. Still serving. Still connected. And he smiles, because he's not invisible anymore. He's Hawk, and he's exactly where he needs to be.